I really don't want this to drag on, as it can get a bit tedious, but just a brief follow-up showing ppsimmons up for the cheat that he is, albeit not a very clever cheat. Having found that he had re-enabled comments on his video Question Evolution, I thought I would respond just in case this was a temporary relaxation of his censorship, though we should remember he had already selectively removed adverse comments. I decided that I would make a video response to his video using my first exposure of him. This video also included a link to my second. I also added some new comments. It's important you understand what these were and in which sequence I made them. The sequence is backed up by elapsed times of my comments, as you will see. But more about the comments later. Of course, my video response did not appear immediately, but 48 hours later, ppsimmons had still chosen not to publish it. Interestingly, I now have 1 thumbs down on that video, as I have with one that I made about Shock of God. I have a hunch on this, albeit I cannot prove it. My hunch is that ppsimmons and Shock of God actually watched my videos about them, and naturally being exposed to some home truths, marked the relevant video down. That's fair enough, but why don't they get some of their followers to watch my videos to add more thumb downs? Well, I think they don't want their dishonesty exposed and risk losing any of their gullible sheep. That's why I have only 1 thumb down. Mind you, I wouldn't put past them to create some sock accounts. Anyhow, back to the comments I added. First was a response to one of ppsimmons' comments on vestigials. Not my best of comments, I must admit. Next, second, I placed a comment challenging ppsimmons to come clean and reinstate my rebuttals that he'd removed. Okay, it was slightly belligerent, and I will read it out now. Hey ppsimmons, thanks for re-enabling comments. Now perhaps you could be so honourable to reinstate the rebuttals that I made to your 5 questions. What are you afraid of? Afraid of your subscribers finding you out? You're out your depth. Next, thirdly, I posted a comment that made a correction to a typo error I had made in the first comment on vestigials. Finally, I made a 4th comment to someone else who was disappearing up ppsimmons' a-hole. So the next day I checked to see if my comments were still there. Guess what? The second one I'd made directly challenging him to reinstate my comments, rather ironically, had been removed. Obviously he couldn't bear his subscribers see him chicken out. What a cheating chicken. And finally, a bit of an own goal by ppsimmons that I had not picked up previously. Please notice this comment where I start, finally, phew. Now this was the culmination of my rebuttals to his 5 questions that we saw that he had deleted. So to the innocent observer, this comment looks like my first comment, whereas it is nearer to the 7th comment. But if the innocent observer had any nous, they would know that you don't have your first comment starting with, finally, phew. They should be able to work out for themselves that ppsimmons had been removing earlier comments. So ppsimmons is not only dishonest but also stupid. So that's it. But why do I even bother with this morally corrupt purveyor of lies? Well, because the more of the YouTube community I can expose to such dishonest peddlers of misinformation, the better. Truth will out in the end, you know. Thank you very much for your patience on this matter. So we can only conclude that ppsimmons and Carl Gallups, his sidekick, are extremely silly. Wow, well that was going to be the end of this video, but I thought I would return to ppsimmons' video just once more before uploading this one. Look what happened. Looks like that message of his was directed at me personally. Thanks. What a dishonest coward who has absolutely nothing in his locker to debate reality. Now I'm not going to ask for new subs, but please mirror this vid to get the views up to expose this immoral YouTube user. Now remember everyone, this is the user whose first response to my now deleted comments was: first, thank you for your kind words. Second, thank you for watching and providing such lengthy comments. Obviously, you very thoughtfully watched this vid. We are honoured. Thirdly, each of your responses are very good. However, each has a scientific and logical counter-response. Like you, I do not have the time to respond to each here. However, we probably will make a vid to deal with your arguments. And so, ppsimmons, was the response video too daunting a task for you? I guess it's so much easier to censor and block, isn't it? All of this makes you look extraordinarily silly.